insurance, eh? What can you do?
Go compare, go compare. Go be sure when you insure, first go compare. Where your choices are many, you could save a pretty penny when you go online to go compare. Go compare. When in doubt, check them out. Go compare. We just
Insurance, eh? What can you do?
go compare, go compare. Go be sure when you insure, first go
Hello. Welcome to another match of Mania Long No Tournament 3. I'm Walmart 5193, and I'm joined with Cryolian, who I don't think is here right now. But for now, we have TingMomentum versus Apple. Two very well-known players when it comes to the tournament scene, as well as their extreme long note abilities. As we just finished the Go Compare advert. Thank you, Ting. So yeah, these two players, very well known for their long note capabilities as well as their tournament history. So seeing these two players go up against each other is going to be a treat. This is a losers bracket round. So loser goes home and winner goes on to verse their conditional match.
Hello.
Hello, Cryolian.
Car insurance, eh?
Sorry about that. My internet is not very cooperative right now. Hopefully things will be a bit better. But yeah, I guess you've already done the intro and you already said that these two players are really good long note players and all that jazz. Just like it should be.
Also to mention that these two players went up against each other in MWC 2021. And I think TingMomentum actually got eliminated by the Malaysian team. So it's a bit of a warm-up, and oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna let you take this one. I don't want to deal with this song anymore. And we got Flower Map by Underjoy. The Yoru PTSD is already kicking in. As I believe we're gonna have a comm switch.
Yeah, just getting ready. I was literally on the sidelines, just waiting for a cue.
Yeah, in Polytetral, we believe, and sweet Jesus, this map already. It's giving me a bit of PTSD from when I try to clear Yoru.
Oh, yeah. Thankfully, I've never gotten to this point of the Dan grind. And yeah, thankfully my sanity is still intact.
Yeah, but this map, despite its popularity in the Dan side of things, I believe this map was used in Soft 5 for the Grand Finals, if I am not mistaken.
Well, you would be correct about this song, but it's not the same map. I think Not Brandon had a more popular map appear in either Soft 5 or Soft 6.
Yeah, it's like more of like probably like an edit. Probably cut down the OD, maybe made it less dense. But as you can already see, Ting holding that FC on, especially a map as dense as this. You would typically see something like Apple's accuracy come out on like a map like this, but it's a good way to warm up, especially with the map pool kicking up in density and physicality.
Yeah, absolutely. And you would think that semifinals is where it starts getting a little bit different in terms of physicality. It's no longer the most accurate person who's going to take the lead, but it's going to start. The Dans are actually going to start to matter starting this round.
Yes, indeed. As these brackets are slowly starting to close in on the players, as TingMomentum and Apple in the losers bracket. I believe Ting was eliminated by Grip Warrior, as there's no way Ting's FCing us, right?
I mean, I forget which Dan Ting actually belongs to.
Somewhere around Yami, I think. Probably almost Yume. What the heck? Ting just FC'd this on a warm-up.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if Ting was next in line for Yume, to be fair. Like, Ting is clearly very talented, one of the best LN players in the world, but the same goes for Apples, really.
Your PTSD is over with, and we can get into roles, as you already missed out on Ting's warm-up, which was an advertisement. As Ting rolls in amazing 6.
Oh. 6!
As
6!
No. As Apple wins the role and opting to go second. So that means Ting gets to do everything first. Pick, ban, protect, all that jazz.
Yeah, absolutely. We cannot see the role in the chat, but you gotta trust our referee. Referees, actually, because Epsilon actually started to ref while streaming. And then thank you, Polytetral, for picking the slack back up, so to speak.
We always got our backups on speed dial in this tournament. And I've actually yet to see the map pool. I've only seen the tiebreaker, and that's it. So this is going to be a front row seat for me.
Yeah, I think it's going to be protecting Tortura, maybe to try and torture Apple over there.
Yeah, probably on the more density side of things, after we saw Ting's amazing performance on the flower map. I forgot the name of it, but it's Japanese, so I don't even want to try to pronounce it.
Yeah, in terms of physicality, what we saw between Ting and Apple on Kyokiranbu, I think it's pretty comparable to what Tortura can provide to us. Tortura is way shorter, but also very, very backloaded.
As Apple's gonna protect Wildcard 4, Orca, and Ting's gonna ban Crank It.
And Crank It because it reminds me of Fortnite.
Wow, Crank It 90s.
I mean, it's one reason to ban a map for sure. And Apple
Square Garden.
Oh yeah. That ban, Coordination 2, is actually the longest map by far in the map pool. That map is 4 minutes long, and you would think that I think Apple considers Ting to be a very, very consistent player in person. So basically not really feeling that consistent overall. Maybe going for the shorter bursts.
Yeah, and this is Ting's first pick, and we're gonna see Wildcard 2, Heaven's Door. So as you can see already, the map kicking up its density, about a 0.4 star rating from the last round, as it's now a first. Is it supposed to be first to 6 still, or is it first to 7?
First to 6. You can see it on the stream, and I believe this is pretty much accurate.
And here we go. I would assume this is one of the more shorter maps in the pool, 2 minutes and 9 seconds.
Yeah, this is one of the shorter ones, definitely. And there are not that many maps under 2 minutes, really. It's semifinals, we're really gonna start testing those fingers. And Heaven's Door is definitely one of the more physical picks of the pool.
Yes, indeed. As already we see a bit of these releases getting in on these players, and these bursts and mini jacks.
Yeah, right from the get-go, we can see a huge differential between Apple and Ting, but Apple is definitely catching up right now, trying to catch up to the 99.5 mark.
Yeah, as oh boy, this little inverse section is definitely gonna slip up one of these players if they aren't careful enough. But I assume both of these players probably practice the map pool, so they probably know what they're doing.
Yeah, Apple catching a fair amount of 200s, definitely not starting the best and not really recovering the best either in this middle section. Ting just unreachable right now.
Yeah, 99.78 to 99.45. This is absolutely a pretty big margin to say the least.
Oh, it is absolutely enormous. It would take many dirty misses from Ting for Apple to actually catch up. And there's not much time left. There's only a third map.
Yeah, only a third of the map remaining as we get into a little more of these short LN releases. But besides that, it's going to have to take something out of TingMomentum just to give Apple a bit of a chance to stay in the game. As I say, that's a few 200s. A few 200s from Ting, but the map is slowly rolling down little dense short LN section. But besides that, the map's coming to an end.
Yeah, actually, good job to Apple recovering back to 99.55 almost, I want to say. Just 54, just short.
992K.
Oh, yeah, that's a huge difference in ratio, first of all, and in terms of 200s as well. Ting actually caught some 200s and won 100 somewhere. It probably was in the towards the end, dropping from 99.8 to 99.77.
Despite all that, it's only a 7.5k score difference, so probably minimizing on the 200s would have probably been a good thing for Apple, and probably could have even shortened that lead up by maybe in like the 3000s. As we're gonna see Density 1 come out, which is all we need is Happy World's End.
Yeah, I think Apple here, in terms of strategy, is trying to test Ting's physicality. But I think that Ting is, as we saw in the warm-up, very, very confident in terms of physicality. So this is gonna be maybe a consistency test, choke test.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if we start to go into the more coordination and technical based side of things after this pick. Oh wait, no, after this pick would be Ting's pick, so Apple's next pick we would most likely be in this coordination section, and probably technical. Just wanted to test out the skill sets all around, but here we go. A really short map to begin with, only 1:59.
Yeah, short map on short map. You would think that those players are trying to speedrun the match itself, but no worries. The next match is only in like 1 hour and 40 minutes or so.
As we see, especially with that short length, that means there is not really much room for mistakes. If you even like, I think the most deadliest thing that could happen is a chain of slider breaks or even a miss near the end of the chart would probably flip that score on its head, especially like around this section where we're almost at the halfway point, and
Wait,
these players are relatively tied.
It's a mirror match. The thing is, both of those players actually got 200s on the same exact nodes.
Yeah, this is basically just a person playing Osu in a mirror right now. As that score is flickering back and forth, it's going to have to take at least a couple 200s to find a definite lead out of any of these players. But look at this section.
Oh my god. The accuracies are so fickle, yet they are so glued together. Kind of setting themselves apart a little bit here, Ting taking the lead.
Ting having that accuracy advantage, but it's gonna come down to the wire, and you're the end. Oh, Ting finds a drop! If there's one
we
place
just had to curse!
If there's one place to not drop, it's definitely not here, as that's the final nail in the coffin, I believe. There's not much map left, and that's gonna seal it. Apple on the commentator's curse. Oh wait, no, there's no one. Oh, never mind. Apple with the commentator's curse advantage. Wow, that match. This is gonna be really close, despite the misses. I think
now.
Yeah,
now I can see like the strategies are starting to settle in. The ratios are definitely way closer than before. Heaven's Door, Apple starting with half the ratio of Ting, but here it's much closer. More 200s, but you can count on Ting's misses maybe to get some breakpoints here and there.
And you're welcome, Ting. Oh no, not my Bugatti! Come on, man! I just bought that. It's like I'm at the age to drive. It's like I can just go zooming down the highway.
I mean, if you were looking to pick up your license or a new car, you could look into Super Emulator.
I mean, I can't really do that right now, as it's pretty much a winter wonderland outside. So, TingMomentum going for his pick. And we're gonna see Enixia come out. We're staying in that wild card zone. So, oh no, actually we were just in the density zone. So now we're going back to wild card, as that was Ting's initial first pick.
Yeah, quite interesting pick. Not going for Super Emulator. You would think that Ting would go for Super Emulator to actually go and steal Walmart's car, but Enixia it is.
Not my car. As here we go. As Ting gets the shame from his mother.
Yeah, just have to maybe fix the map on the streamer's end. Maybe do a little bit of a re-download here, but the players are ready and are gonna start matching up on this.
Ting, you already took my Bugatti. What else are you going to take? If I curse you again.
Gonna take your bike, mounted on top of the Bugatti.
Oh no.
It'll be a bit of a radio commentary for now.
I'm holding back tears, man. I can't take this. As yeah, I think I'll just get the NP link up, so
yeah, same here.
I can update you on this chart. As I believe it's only being 2 minutes long, so another relatively short map. It's kind of just a speed run for these players.
Yeah, this is the third map, and this is the third almost 2 minute long map that we're seeing, so definitely looking for a short matchup.
That is, if somehow the map ends while we're still having issues, but as I hear the map change, I think we might be back into it. As I hear, are we back in round of? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, we're just using a rate of Sky of the Ocean. Sky of the Ocean is a banger, by the way.
I thought I was hearing Sailing Force for a minute, or no, I think it was Clematis, I believe, that sounded like this.
Oh yeah, it's also a swing type of song.
My
That's
God.
for sure.
Okay.
Definitely sounds a little bit similar. So I see what you mean.
What? What did I just and we just got a hint from the real Oceanmania Live Twitch that there are 2 Neko arcs in this pool. So
Yeah, the Necrolocks are actually getting harder and harder to find.
the map has ended.
Oh,
Yeah, Ting with actually Apple taking that pick with Ting finding 3 drops, but I think he would have taken that point if it wasn't for those drops, winning on accuracy.
yeah,
99.61 to 99.59, but Apple just hold on to their combo and took the took the points as that was a break point.
yeah.
As,
Actually, very important for Apple to get this breakpoint. In terms of ratio, Apple actually got 575 300s versus Sting's 444. It's definitely a difference to behold. 11 200 versus 7 200s.
Alright, hold on. I'm gonna boot up my Osu and find the Neko Arcs. As we're gonna see
just
Phoenix
need
come out.
yeah, you just you really just need an image viewer. They're basically only in the backgrounds. At least they should be.
I believe
Unless there's,
this was used in a tourney, I think, but I can't remember which one.
It's 4DM number 3. That was 2 years ago, so.
Yeah, sorry, we just got word that I was eliminated in group stage in that tourney, so I didn't get to play it.
Oh, yeah. Canada.
We didn't do good.
I mean,
Alright.
Canada is definitely getting better as a country, so shoutouts to Mr. Moo right here, for example.
Yeah, Mr. Moo actually taking down Gaisel out of all people.
Yeah, super impressive.
Right.
Anyways,
scavenger hunts for Neko-Arc. We are commentating matches as I have played this before, but I can say it is quite the dense map as what the heck. As I say its density, I guess with these releases being not as hard as what you see in the rest of the map pool. And also this map actually being one of the more longer maps we've seen come out of these players. Ping 99.92 to 99.85. Oh yes, client sound. I can go back to Neko-Arc searching.
Yeah, actually, this might be the longest remaining map because Apple actually banned Sugar Step, which is 4 minutes long. But basically, Phoenix as a map is very, very gem streamy, but some of the releases and coordination aspects of this density is nothing to scoff at. And right now we see a very close matchup between the two players. 0.83 versus 0.80 right now. And the ratio trends are basically the same right now.
Oh yeah, as Ting found a bit of an accuracy drop, but still with that advantage in front of Apple. As we're reaching that halfway point of the chart, 99.85 to 99.8. So both players having really good accuracy. As Apple, I think the one thing that Apple's trying to look for, as I believe that was a 200 from Ting, trying to capitalize on the more accuracy-based side of things. As I say that, they find a bit of a drop, but not too much. As that lead is just a sliver to Ting's side. It's actually flickering as we reach the final third. As these players are relatively tight in accuracy.
Yeah, Apple is actually starting to take the lead ever so slightly. Or does he right now? I have no idea. It all comes down to this last section. Actually takes the lead.
Oh, I think that was a 200 from TingMomentum, I believe. Like I said, Apple is trying to capitalize off of any mistakes made by Ting, even on the slightest. But now that lead is slowly coming back. It's definitely, like you mentioned, it's going to definitely come to the end. As that lead is looking like it's going to stay on Apple's side unless we see a 200 unveil from Apple.
This map is so fickle. Apple actually starting to kind of falter. Maybe the stamina giving up in terms of accuracy focus. No, this is going to come down to the wire.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to the final
No!
notes.
It's catching up!
Oh, okay, here it comes. Apple takes it at the end by just 250 points.
Yeah, that's barely 250. That's like 249. Wow,
Yeah,
that quick math here.
249 points.
This
As
200
Wow.
count. This 200 count from Apple is actually incredible. 1-200 on
But-
Phoenix.
look at but there's one thing to say. Ting winning that ratio battle by a whole ton, but that was only a 200-point difference. But look at that 200 count from Ting. If Ting were to minimize those 200s, I believe he would have taken that point by far. But Apple getting their own map pick W as well as the brick point, gonna take their lead up by 3 now. It's 3-1 as it's Ting's pick.
Yeah, Ting in the disadvantage scenario here. Gonna pick up the. Not gonna say the word. But boss fight's gonna be actually the next pick, and I believe that's one of the most difficult picks of the pool. So definitely going for something physical, maybe some combo based strategy here against Apple.
Yeah, that would make the most sense out of all these maps, especially when you're going up against Apple.
Yeah, really trying to shift the M word here. I'm not gonna even say the word. I'm not gonna give Ting M that privilege. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how both of those players actually fare on this map, because it's perhaps one of the maps where we started seeing some other players get some 970 Ks.
And here we go. We are underway. This is boss fight after party, mapped by you. And oh my god, that star rating.
It's a wee bit overrated,
Oh!
mayhaps, and
That's gotta be
an
client.
early miss. Yeah,
That's got to be client side.
that looked genuine. That looked pretty genuine. It's a pretty. It's easy to trip in this slow intro, but well, the worst is yet to come.
Yeah, the worst is yet to come, especially. Oh my god, these bursts. As thank god those misses were relatively early for Apple, as Ting
Oh!
finds the trade in this. But if Apple were to minimize those 200s, I think it would have been the Apple side. But for now, look at that lead. Despite those misses early from Apple, with that one from Ting, it's starting to even out. I think if it takes one more drop, that lead will start to maybe even become tied, as Apple's finding room to even out their 200. I mean, not this one. Their accuracy.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, the bursts have passed, and now it is a battle of consistency and coordination on those numerous anchors. Ting definitely has the accuracy advantage right now, looking to pick up the match disadvantage right now, but not if Ting does that. Whatever that was. Gonna leave 1 minute of silence for Ting's very dirty miss.
Oh wait, was that another drop from Ting?
It literally missed in the beginning of the break. Like, you do not miss on those nodes.
Wow, just dissing Ting now, huh, Pataraj? But
He
besides
deserves
that,
He deserves it. He deserves
I
it.
mean, yeah, he did take my Bugatti.
Yeah, it's
but
just
for now-
one way to get it back.
Yeah, one way to get it back. I'm not gonna hold back on that one. I'm not gonna hold back any resentment. But here we go. Despite that drop from Ting, they still have a confident lead over Apple. The biggest thing that screams lead is that advantage of accuracy. over Apple. Despite
Yeah.
Apple's insane combo, probably should have tried to minimize those misses as well.
Oh, geez, those are. This is definitely starting to show some deficiencies in terms of physicality and long note upward skill sets. Actually, interesting.
Definitely not going to be a very, like I said, this is not going to have a definite lead for any of these players. It could, and I'm not going to say it will, but it might come down to a tiebreaker if needed.
Yes, that's definitely starting to look dangerous here. Ting definitely has many weapons left they can use against Apple here, but Apple's
We're going to see a
gonna
Lamia come out.
yeah. Yeah, that's coming from Apple, and if Apple is picking Lamia, Apple is definitely feeling confident in Lamia. So I think this is going to be very challengeable. I think it's perfectly in Ting's alley, but Ting definitely needs to minimize those 200 counts and those miscounts.
Yes, indeed. As we are underway with the 6th map in this pool, or in this match.
Yeah, that we're looking to start the match off with a speed run, but it's definitely not going to be a speed run. Definitely going to be one of the more lengthy matches we've had this weekend.
Especially with that, with how down it came to the wire at some points, it's most definitely not going to be a easy game for any of these players.
You went in for a checkup. You get the operation. You get the full operation.
I guess that's one way to say it. But here we go. As we're already kicking off the map, this is like you said, definitely a speedrun map. These players definitely just not wanting to spend all their time playing these maps in case they lose their warm-ups, because especially these players probably warmed up, especially probably during those drop.
Yeah, I was gonna say before that miss, both of those players actually dropped many 200s before. TingMomentum actually dropping from 99.7 to 91.6, but with this miss actually drops down to 99.5 and actually joins Apple in this tug of war once again.
Wow. Also, I think I might have found an Echo Arc.
Oh, which map?
I'm not gonna tell you, but I found an Echo Arc.
Okay, fine. Let's get back into the match. Ting actually catches up in terms of accuracy, but it's nothing because I actually think that Ting does have the combo deficit against Apple here. So Apple definitely still has a chance to catch up despite the accuracy deficit.
The way to catch up is definitely going to be catching up with that accuracy. It's not valid until you tell us where the Neko Arc is. One of the players banned the chart.
Oh god. It's definitely coming down to the wire at the end. Apple losing a fair amount more accuracy than Ting. Just don't want to say anything before the end.
It's gonna have to take at least a couple 200s from Ting, but as it stands, Ting is probably going to take the tying point here, as there's not much map left. And Ting takes it by 1,700.
Okay. Okay. Both those players were actually tied in terms of combo. So it was only my imagination and maybe a lapse of lag between the two clients in terms of score comparison. So yeah, definitely a point that Ting direly needed, setting back the status quo and okay, I'm gonna say the word, picking back the momentum up.
Wow, can't believe you said that live.
I said it. I said the word.
And now we're tied. And this just in, Polytetral got fired from his job. For the second
bye.
time.
Okay, goodbye. Discord voice chat leave sound.
And we're gonna see Vend come out.
Oh god. Vend is one of the more abrasive maps in this pool, and I
just
definitely
love
see why. What? I definitely see why Ting is picking this.
The diff name, I could say the Polytetral who got expelled from their job.
Short version.
As oh boy, it's this map or this song. Don't get it confused with the Korjak map. I think the one that's loved.
I think it's ranked actually.
Or yeah, ranked loved. It could be
It could be both. No, it cannot be both.
one's 42 kps jump shot when put on DT, one is actually fun.
Anyway, it's gonna be interesting to see this matchup. This is one of the maps that are above 3 minutes as well. So
We're finally getting into the more non-speedrun type maps.
yeah, those players just know that they have no choice but to actually pick up the actual guns. We cannot keep fighting with BB guns. Gotta pick up the shotgun or the sniper rifle.
As we already see a bit of an accuracy drop coming out of Apple from these beginning releases, but we're actually starting to get into the beginning of this chart, this beginning of this 3-minute long map. I don't think these players have ever seen a 3-minute map, as it's been relatively around these 2-minute and even 1-minute margin of things.
Yeah, gonna be definitely a test of focus between the two players, especially since this is the 7th pick. 7th pick into the match. Those players have not had many breaks before, and they have to sustain the whole map.
Indeed, and oh, and we're back.
Yeah, we're definitely back, and those players have never left the field. Ting definitely at a pretty substantial advantage against Apple here.
Yeah, Ting finding a pretty big lead against Apple, 99.74 to 99.62, but that lead is slowly shrinking down actually.
And it's gonna start shrinking, especially towards the later half and later third actually, because the last part is definitely the hardest of the entire map, and this is where we might start to see some misses and some accuracy drops.
Indeed, but we don't want to curse just yet, so reaching the final quarter of this chart, and like you said, that's gonna bump up in difficulty despite its low star rating. This is our coordination pick, so it's going to be kind of hard to minimize those 200s, and I think Apple and Ting found 200s around the same section.
Wow, those accuracies are closing together.
It's gonna come down to the end, I think, unless someone I think that was another 200 from Apple, as if there's one thing that matters the most, it's trying not to drop as much 200s as you can.
Yeah, Ting definitely with a better ratio, but more 200s than Apple, I believe. But that's gonna be a miss from Apple, no!
That's the final nail in the coffin, as there's no more map left, I believe. Yeah, and that's it.
Oh no, I believe Apple gave up towards the end here. Oh no, that's devastating. Definitely had a chance in this running, but in terms of accuracy, was just a little bit short, maybe. So Ting is gonna pick the lead back up in this match, actually, and the picks are starting to get shorter, and the picks are starting to get fewer and fewer. So Apple definitely getting less choices to pick from here.
Yeah, it's a 4-3 win, or not win, 4-3 lead with Ting having the advantage, as we only have 3 picks remaining. I mean 4, 5 actually. Whoops.
Nice counting.
Shut up. As we're gonna see, I does. I guess just I does.
Qualia. You can call it Qualia.
Yeah, I guess Qualia as well. As this map is another relatively short map, so getting that speed run back in.
Yeah, this is definitely a more laser-focused pinpoint type of map, where it's a lot about bursting and getting your skills right, really.
Yes, indeed, and here we go. I think this is the first technical pick we've seen come out of any of these players, so this is going to be something.
Yeah, and it's definitely Apple picking this that kind of sets a point forward in the match. And if Apple actually loses this pick, it might be detrimental, very detrimental.
Yeah, you said it best. It's going to be very detrimental, and as we see, these staggered releases are just screaming 200s, but I think it's not.
No.
Oh, Ting finds a drop! And we're already a quarter into this chart already, as that was not... Wait.
Is that a great pick from Apple here?
That was a bad drop as well, dropping their accuracy down by lots, but Ting finding lots of room to reclaim their accuracy and climb up to where Apple is. 99.6 to 99.4 as we reach the break section and halfway through the charts.
Actually interesting to see this kind of difference between Ting and Apple on this type of pick. Ting definitely has the greater accuracy potential in the entire match, but Apple definitely setting themselves beyond here in terms of technicality. So maybe also considering that other remaining technical pick delay for going forward into the match.
Oh, Ting finding another drop. I think now that was a way more cleaner drop than his one at the beginning. But I think that's going to settle it, at least for now, as we still have one more section left, and that's a 200 from Apple. So I don't think there's going to be very much of a problem for Apple unless we see a mirage of drops come out of Apple. But as we slowly run out of map, I think Apple has a very clear point on this. It only came down to that very messy drop from the beginning from Ting, but only a 9k difference as Ting yet again wins the ratio battle and the 200 battle, but just couldn't find but just those misses and that 100 keeping them from doing so, as Ting with the accuracy advantage actually over Apple, and we are tied again.
Those 200 counts are actually closer than I thought, and Ting actually catching a 150 and a miss. It was very dirty trip up here.
And if there's one place to scream tiebreaker hype, it's definitely here.
Yeah, this is a point in the match where Ting's decisions are going to be very important. As we mentioned, there's one more technical pick remaining. Maybe Ting is gonna look into avoiding that pick. Maybe going into another density. Maybe Tortura. That was Ting's protect, I believe.
No, I think we're gonna see the second tech map come out, and this is Ting's last pick. No matter what, this is Ting's final pick.
Okay, so Ting looking to deny Apple this pick apparently, and Apple is gonna have to pick between the remaining wildcards or Tortura, but I think it's gonna be very unlikely that Tortura gets picked.
So we are getting into the 9th map of this pool.
So actually, did Ting actually protect Tortura? Because if this is Ting's last pick, then Ting completely ignored their protect.
That would have been probably one of the more funniest one of the more funny things to come out of this, but here we go. Underway with Dill, or Dill, I don't know Dill, I guess.
It's a deal.
Deal, okay. And oh boy. Yeah, there's a reason why this is under tech. As that was a bit of a messy 200s coming out of Apple right from the beginning, but this map is a bit longer than what we've seen picked from these players. 2 minutes and 53 seconds, so just barely under that 3-minute margin, but Apple gaining their accuracy quite well, but I think they might have found another 200 as Ting 99.6 with Apple slowly climbing up as they're just gonna have to minimize their 200s.
Yeah, I believe that minimizing 200s is definitely the play here. It's going to be the same battle for the two players alike. And I believe that the two 200s are being caught in very different places for both of the players.
Yeah, it's basically been like this all match long, just coming down to those 200s, and we are reaching the halfway mark. Ting with the definite accuracy lead, 99.7 to 99.4, as I believe now it's going to have to take a mirage of 200s or maybe even a drop just to even give Apple a little chance for lead, but we still have lots more messy tech patterns to go as, oh my goodness, look at this section.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a mess. Both players actually catching 200s towards the end of the burst here.
And this is definitely a place where you don't want to find any 200s at all, as I think that minimizing 200s is actually working for both players, as I'm seeing relatively just 300s being dropped all around. As as we're slowly reaching the end of the chart, I think if I'm gonna predict this map, there's a final tech section, and yeah, here it is. Ting actually finding a 200 as that lead is gonna slowly shrink down, but I think Ting has the advantage against Apple on this chart, and that's gonna seal it, I think. Not really much left to go.
Ting definitely kept the 99.7 throughout the first half of this map, but falling down to 99.57 is definitely not something I would have expected from Ting. But it is still a pretty decent run, all things considered, and what matters is that the point actually belongs to Ting here, setting the match point, guaranteeing at least a tiebreaker, even if Apple wins this.
This is Apple's. And the final pick is in Apple's hands. This is the last pick for one of these players, actually, that could have been, since this is loser's bracket, so loser goes home and winner moves on to their conditional match, which would happen for either later on this weekend or tomorrow. So here we go. Are we going to see the revenge of the UK beating Malaysia in MWC, or are we going to see revenge from 2021 MWC where the UK was eliminated by Malaysia, and we're going to see wildcard 3 Orca, which I believe was protected
It's Super Emulator. Learn to count, Walmart.
Shut up.
Learn to count.
Hey, at least I didn't get fired.
At least I didn't get my Bugatti stolen.
Hey, I have my second Bugatti.
Okay, what about it? I have 3 of them.
You have 3 of them? Yeah, I took one.
Well, that's where it went. Oh my god. Anyways, Super Emulator, wildcard number 3. It's definitely a mishmash of every single thing that this map pool has to offer, and it's definitely a great last regular pick to end the free mod pool with.
also rocking that Bugatti background as well. And here we go.
Shoutouts to Ganyu from Hololive. As we are entering this map, and Apple definitely off to a full start right now. Hope they can catch up to provide us this juicy tiebreaker.
Yeah, if you this is Apple's last chance to find some, what's the word? To find some freeness in this map, as oh boy, yeah, this is going to be definitely a risky pick, as I think that really bad begin. Well, I guess what wasn't really that bad, but just a messy beginning from Apple. But as they immediately clap back or with a 0.4% accuracy gain, as we're reaching already a third of the map in.
Yeah, Ting almost reaching 99.8 on this map, which we hadn't been seeing for a while in this match. People, those players have been hovering over the 99.5, 99.6 throughout this match. It's definitely a battle of survival right now, literally.
So we're reaching the halfway point. Ting having a bit of a comfortable lead over Apple, 99.75 to almost 99.4, as Apple reaches that 99.4 margin. As we just have a final section left, it's gonna come down to this last section, whether if Apple wants to pull off the incredible and gain their accuracy all the way up to around where Ting is, which I believe is almost pretty much impossible now. We're just gonna have to...
I don't know. This last part is very, very dense, so anything could happen in this last part.
Yeah. You're just going to have to...
Ting
finds a drop! Oh, but that lead is not giving up yet. It just slowly shrunk down. Apple is just going to have to hold on. I think just one... it's gonna have to. We're gonna have to see another drop to give that lead to Apple. But
it comes down to accuracy right now.
It's gonna come down to accuracy, and we're gonna have to see another drop coming from Ting. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Oh God!
It didn't happen.
It did not happen. It just barely escaped Apple. Apple had their chance to catch up, but that full combo is not enough.
Well, with a 2,000 point difference, as Ting says goodbye to the tiebreaker, and Apple taking revenge from MWC 2021.
Oh my God, that was such a dirty miss as well. 5 misses in one go. Ting had to hold the accuracy until the end to get that 6 points. It basically came down to nothing.
And congratulations to TingMomentum for taking this match as they move on to their conditional match. As we gotta check out this bracket. This is a lot of stacked matches this weekend.
Yeah, the
Demi-Fiend versus Group Warrior, I believe, and it's gonna be Ting versus Grill Roasted.
Yeah, we can count the amount of remaining matches on our hands, basically. And Grill Roasted Ting is gonna be incredibly hard fought, as is Pavan versus Mr. Moo. On the other side of the winner's bracket, we can see Demi-Fiend versus Great Warrior.
Oh, that's gonna be something.
Incredible match with two very different types of players.
Aimbot versus
Silva, and I believe Silva Scales versus Miku Aimbot. However, whichever order you want to say it, it's gonna be next actually, and it's gonna be 1 hour flat from now. Do not miss it. That is gonna be a match of the ages. One old school player versus one upcoming player, but oh my God, I want to see this match, and I'm actually gonna be commentating this match, I believe. But Yeah, see you in 1 hour for whatever that is gonna be. Oh my god.
And yeah, besides that, I don't really have anything else to say. Besides, I found the Neko arc.
Hey, tell me about it.
Okay, promise not to tell anyone.
I mean, I'm a
It's-
pool. I know where the Neko arcs are.
Okay. You're not getting your Bugatti back.